Hello?
Oh, hi, Ship.
Hey, I didn't want to interrupt your Final Fantasy 15 morning. Sorry.
I'm about almost done.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I think I am done actually.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's if Tabata goes on and works on something else amazing, it may have been worth it.
Oh, there you go.
Like Xenoblade, if he works on the next Xenoblade.
What happened after Kojima moved on? I mean, are we still getting Death
Stranding, yeah.
Oh, when's that gonna be released?
2019?
Oh boy, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
The
The more actual gameplay of seeing of it, the better it's looking, honestly.
Boy, oh boy, that's gonna be one to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I came here because I really want to talk about Melee. First of all, I didn't give your answer before. Hammer Bro, you think?
Not really, no.
I think Koopa Trooper is something. I think they're going to start pushing the minions, because now it's not down to representation. Now it's down to who's going to be coolest to play as, or who has the most lore.
If that was the case, then Thwomp would be a good candidate.
Thwomp?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I like how many doors that's opened up with Piranha Plants. So now it could just be friggin' anything, as long as it just be cool.
Well, it can stretch to beyond Mario, too. Like, what about likes?
Likes. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, it'd be cool to see like a Zelda enemy.
Yeah.
That'd work. Who do you honestly think is the most likely next, though?
In terms of likely and not what I want, I'm not entirely sure.
Because he did say that Nintendo was the one to choose who's next and not him.
Oh, absolutely. The next Fire Emblem game releases at the end of next year. Or spring 2019. Absolutely going to be the Avatar character from that one.
Oh, that.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
I had
gonna
a feeling
happen.
we'd get 1 in 5 DLC was one of the Fire Emblem characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't want. But it's inevitable.
Yep, it is.
But
gotta promote the new game.
I feel like I'd want a refund if I bought the 5-pack and I got a Fire Emblem character right away.
Well, there's some other ideas that would make me want a refund, but.
Boo! Boo might be fun, or King Boo. I would love to float around and shit.
Yeah.
I would love a completely aerial character, like Jigglypuff, but something that works.
Good luck balancing it.
Yeah,
It'll be
seriously.
fun.
All right, I want to get back to Melee because this is a really important game to me, and I think I've played this game more than any other game I've ever played, because I always go back to it, and it was always the standard of the series. First of all, when did you start playing, and what was your experience? Because I'm sure you were very young.
Oh yeah, I talked about it last stream, but I'll go over it. I was incredibly young. It was probably maybe 2001. It was around very early. Yeah, it was incredibly early. Because I remember things like we had dial-up, and I remember looking up how to unlock everyone. Only had the GameCube. We played this game a lot, me and my brothers.
Yeah, this was definitely a party game. This was definitely a everyone at the sleepover coming together and getting a wave bird.
Though me and my brothers never really we owned a lot of fighting games, but we never played them against each other. It was more working together to unlock everything in them.
Yeah.
So that was a thing Melee had going for it.
Oh yeah, nowadays you unlock everything day one. Melee, I feel like, is the first game that I really doled out every single character over a series of months.
Oh yeah, and this game
when
scared
you got
me.
One, it was so exciting. It scared you. Why is that?
Because the aesthetic of this game is just a bit dark, isn't it?
It is. I agree with that.
And
it's
I didn't
a little more serious.
Especially the challenger approaching screen. It's just it was haunting for a little kid.
Yes,
I didn't
totally see that.
And when when you're reading online, especially back then, no one's telling the truth. You don't know who you're actually gonna unlock. I couldn't find Sonic.
Yeah, 100%. That was the biggest want in all of it. And finally, when that Brawl trailer came with Sonic, that was just a day that both me and my friends remembered vividly where we were.
Yeah. I was like, what if Mewtwo unlocks at any moment, and what if I can't beat him? I'll never get him again. I really thought that. I didn't think you'd get to fight him again.
Oh, I forgot about that. It does seem like you're one shot. Or it was like that for me in 64 when I had to unlock Ness and I had to beat it on normal and I wasn't that good. So if I got that far, I had that one shot or I had to get there again. And I lost several times.
I talked about when I first unlocked Falco. It was like 8 in the morning, and I was doing the melee, or I was doing the 100-man thing with DK. And it, you know, took all morning, and then I did it, and then I didn't want to fight Falco, and I woke up my brother to do it.
Oh.
But I mean,
I
we
have
got
memories of mashing B down, watching TV, and then like checking to see if I was dead incrementally while trying to get Falco.
I did something that was way easier, thanks to YouTube, for the stream, which was with Kirby's Up B on the edge. It was far easier and a lot more brain dead.
Yep, that sounds like it would work.
Yeah.
The one thing that I could never do as a kid that took me until adulthood to, I guess, kind of cheat was Event 51.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I can't.
I still can't without Jigglypuff. I think that's the only way. And I felt so cheap because that was my only blank space for years and years and years. And then I filled it in with just the cheapest tactic, and it didn't feel right.
Yeah, no, I get that. I would have taken it. I don't know how we got it eventually. I don't even think we used Jigglypuff, but we did eventually get that.
Oh, you got it. You did Event 51.
Yeah. Of course, that memory card itself is long gone, but...
Oh, I still have mine. Mine's like a sacred treasure to me. It has all my GameCube saves.
I dug up my original GameCube controller today. Because I know I've like gone through it before when like going through old stuff. And I have always held on to it for a reason, and that reason is because the controller actually is still in really good condition.
You know, it's funny, I still have all the GameCube controllers from as a kid. I used them for Brawl, I used them for Smash 4, I still use them for Smash 4, and like on the Wavebird, the thumb stick is all worn out, the other ones are covered in some mold, but they still work mechanically.
Yeah, they're flawless in performance. It's great.
I don't understand.
They're built to last.
I don't get it. Like, the third-party controllers of GameCube have always been shit. They've always had that sort of, it's not quite responsive and it breaks these. I don't know what about GameCube was so built to last.
Yeah,
Because my Wii stuff definitely didn't last as long. Then again,
I still have my original Wiimote. Although my original Wiimote always had an issue where the A button had to be pressed really hard. But it still lasted.
Those all came with a lot of issues. I don't think anything's lasted as long as my GameCube controllers.
Yeah.
And I wonder why that is.
It's, what is it? Nintendium. Made out of Nintendium. There was I've been watching a YouTuber lately because I've been researching controllers or what to do about the controller situation with Ultimate. Because wired controllers have a few frames of lag on Switch compared to wireless.
That makes sense.
So, there's this adapter you can get that you just plug a controller into and then it connects it through Bluetooth.
I think I saw that. You tweeted it, didn't you?
Yeah, no USB used at all, so it should avoid that.
Oh,
but I was watching a dude who, he got put in my recommendation because I was doing that research, where he reviews all sorts of GameCube controller stuff, and he showed like the one decent third-party GameCube controller was a Hori one. And the form of it is really weird looking, but the quality is near identical to Nintendo's own controllers.
Huh. I mean, I would need a field test, but
yeah,
that sounds very promising.
They're double-digit prices. A little more affordable than original GameCube controllers. I think I want to use my original GameCube controller for Ultimate because the shoulder buttons on the Smash Wii U one they released always felt weird to me.
Ooh.
And again, I could feel just feels a little better with the original one, but I mean it's not too big of a deal.
Interesting. The shoulder buttons really are important.
Yeah.
It's the difference between a soft shield and a hard shield or whatever it's really called.
Yeah. I don't think that's in Smash Ultimate, but it definitely makes a difference for Melee.
It does. I think I might bite the bullet and just switch to the Pro Controller and learn how to use that efficiently, because
That could work.
seems like that's probably the best option. But my
Yeah.
muscle memory is so hooked on the GameCube controller just because of this game.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's I think it's honestly just because of the notches on the analog stick. That makes this controller at least really proficient for Smash.
That is a big part of it.
I think that's
I think the biggest
reason I
deal
won't
about
stop.
this game to me was how much of a jump it was from 64. I
Yeah.
mean, you look at the polygons and going to this level of quality, it's tremendous compared to this to Brawl.
Because it was supposed to show off how powerful the GameCube was.
Is that why?
Yeah, it was intended to be a launch title, but it was rushed and still delayed. So it wasn't, but it was intended to just show off the power of the GameCube.
That is a weird development cycle, rushed and delayed,
Yeah,
and it still came out like this.
yeah. It was still far less than 2 years. It's crazy to think.
I thought it was. I was always furious that this had the classic mode that was always the same sort of sequence, and you went through the adventure through every Nintendo character's stage, and they never kept classic.
Yeah.
What was it in Brawl? I think Brawl was just a random assortment of matches.
I think
And
Brawl
then-
was the same ones, actually. It
same ones?
It should have been different, but I
If
remember.
I recall it correctly, it was you face like a random character on their stage.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yes.
My
and
problem with
it
the
was
Brawl
never-
one is, yeah, it's way too long. There are way
Yeah,
too many
that
stages
too.
to it.
Too many random variables. I didn't like how some were just giant for no reason. This feels crafted, and that's what I always liked about it.
Yeah.
The classic mode had that you're going through this one journey. It felt
Oh,
like
that's
an
what
arcade.
that's what Ultimates is gonna be like. Have you seen the? Did you see the Japanese stream where Sakurai went through it with a couple characters?
Yes, but Ultimate is, I think, even better in that it crafts a journey for every character.
Yeah.
And bases the enemies you face on who you're playing as.
Mm-hmm. It's
which
really
I
awesome.
love. Oh man, I'm
Yeah.
really excited about seeing what they have to do with that.
Along with the pacing thing I was talking about, it's not nearly as many stages as even Wii U. So I like it.
What is?
The classic mode and Ultimate, not
Oh, it's
nearly
not
as
as many
many.
stages as we.
Yeah.
Wii U classic mode was the trophies battling, right?
Yeah, you're just on a platform and you
God.
go in a direction.
There's nothing classic about that. And That's
Yeah.
what gets me the most. And that this classic mode feels classic. It feels true to form. I don't think we've gotten that in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, are they still doing break the targets on Ultimate?
I don't think so. No, haven't seen it anywhere. Or home run
either.
contest.
That I'm less concerned about.
I think what they'll do is have it be a free DLC mode. And because of that, I think they're gonna bring back character-specific ones for everyone.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
It's so gratifying when you do things in this that are specific to your character.
Yeah,
When you
and
break a
especially
target,
when
you
it
can only
seemed
get
like
rid-
it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I loved it.
But I hope Luigi stays as it is.
What? Oh, that's right. You think that was intentional, or do you think that was a rushed thing?
I think it was rushed.
Yeah, it seems like it. Just
I think
Throw
everything
everything
Luigi in this game was rushed, since it's just Mario's voice clips higher pitched. It's Mario's
true.
it's Mario's model literally stretched. Just a little bit
That
With
is
a-
totally why it's not.
with a different.
Oh, it's totally like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, clones have technically always been like, they weren't originally. Well, yeah, never mind, not Luigi. Luigi doesn't have an excuse. That was just rushed. The
I mean, they knew they were gonna bring him back, right? Or did
yeah,
they?
of course.
Ah,
I think Jigglypuff was the only one that could have been cut from the original. That was the only one that was talked about possibly being cut.
the excessive sliding does seem like it was something that they didn't have time to truly tweak because. I don't
Yeah.
know. So, how do you think this game is held up now that so much time has passed?
I mean, better than 64. I
Really?
think, like, The fact that this game doesn't have like buffering inputs like the later one does takes a bit to get used to, but it's still aged. The art style. This game doesn't have this game has sound design that's not matched by any other Smash game.
Ooh, good point.
They really had to really like do a good job on this game's sound design. And some of its art style aged really well.
Yeah. What about in comparison to Brawl?
Oh man, well I mean, Brawl for like the most part, I just think of like how much single player content it had.
True.
But you know, that game had like way longer development. I think looking back at it now, there was a time where I was like really hard on Brawl. And I mean, because of everything we did with it online, I was definitely sick of it for a while. Brawl's audio sound design still bothers me. How like compressed.
Really? What? Because it's all compressed?
All the sounds in Brawl have like a really thick compressor on them. And even when the sounds are reused in the later games, you can still hear them.
Wow.
Always bothered me about it.
Well, that's interesting. So what do you think the sound quality is so high in Melee?
They didn't put as much of a compressor on it, on all the effects and everything.
Huh.
But I mean, the sounds are like so dynamic. You ever play this game like just with headphones, no music?
Yep.
Everything is detailed in sound.
Oh, might be worth a revisit.
Yeah.
I know I saved all the what's it called? Sound files from this game on a computer and just listened to them all individually.
It's stood up in a lot of ways like that. And gameplay wise, there's definitely things to just get used to, like how much heavier gravity is and everything.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I think Brawl misstepped at. It was way too light and floaty. I don't think it holds up today.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that point's been reiterated a lot.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, yeah. I'll talk more about Brawl though when we play Brawl, but for now it's more Melee. I didn't.
What did you mean?
Oh, I didn't. I was too young to like care about maining anyone. I really in Smash 64 and Melee, I just went around the roster.
Me
What
too,
about
to an
you?
extent. I feel like I mean, Smash 64, I went all over because I was very young, but by the time Melee came around, I was really trying to get a lot better at it. So Mario and Captain Falcon, and that just kept. I tried it in Brawl, but Mario was terrible in Brawl. But then in Smash 4, Mario and Captain Falcon were okay, so I stuck to them.
Yeah, and so like you didn't go into detail about like when you first had it. Like
when I first.
Where were you on that day? Where were you on that day it came out?
That Sonic wasn't announced, or that when Melee came out.
When it came out.
Well, I mean, Smash 64 was my favorite game. I just loved all the Nintendo characters come together. I was very young though. I was like 7. So I would like draw pictures of them as with crayons and stuff because I loved it so much. And then this just sort of blew me out of the water because it was such an upgrade. Yeah. So I just have vivid memories of seeing it in a KB Toys. I don't even think KB Toys exists anymore.
It does not.
And seeing the box art everywhere and how cool you could play as Bowser. That was insane.
Yeah.
So then I just became obsessed with the game. I just played it all the time, single player, multiplayer, with all my friends. It was the game to play, and I took it everywhere too. I forgot about that. I had a suitcase that I took between just everywhere I went, and it had a GameCube, Melee, and the controllers in it, so that I could play it and then I could record it. And then I started recording it a lot. Inevitably, this would be the time where we'd have to talk about Machinima, because I definitely started in Melee. You started in Brawl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That came about just because of the camera mode. I played the game so much, and I was so used to seeing all the stages and all the characters that when I went into camera mode, I would see a new angle of things that were very familiar to me, and I would just be in there for hours and hours just trying to make it cinematic. And it took me a while before I even recorded it that I was just messing around in camera mode and acting like it was a movie. So I would say Melee was the first thing that introduced me to cinematography.
It had like a really like I guess in depth is the word for a camera mode for like at its time. Like no other games were really doing that besides like Halo and Halo 3.
I did not know Halo had a camera mode.
Halo 3 did.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Yeah, just Halo 3.
That was the other game I played a lot, was Halo 1. And my friends and I hacked it, or not hacked it, we did the custom edition and used the camera mode.
Yeah.
We really liked cinematography and stuff, but this was the first real camera mode experience I got.
Yeah.
And hell, now people look at for Ultimate, they're gonna replays where you have a free roaming camera?
Yeah, they have that now. You can hide the UI too.
I am going to be all over that just to God. I probably won't actually record anything with it, but just to do
yeah, and go frame by frame as well. You can pause and go frame by frame.
Yep, so just like the debug menu in Melee. That was a trip too. First discovering the debug menu. That was a whole other experience. Talk about knowing every little inch of this game and discovering every cranny. When you unlock the debug menu, I went through every single notch of what I could see, and it crashed, and I had to restart it many, many times.
Well, how young were you when you saw the the coffee shop stage?
13. Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I didn't understand what it was at all. I was like, this looks like it's somewhere in real life, but that was about it. I was like, what? I had no idea what it was. It was really weird and scary.
Yeah.
But that added a whole other element of mystery. But damn, man, looking back now, I searched every crevice of this game for everything it had. And if they still find stuff in it, it would surprise me. But oh man, did I work hard to see everything this had available to it.
I was more scared to do that because of the whole game's aesthetic and theme. It was just mysterious, really.
You know, I had that sort of experience with 64 because in there they were like staticked out.
I guess I played 64 a lot more with my brothers, so it wasn't as intimidating. Melee was definitely more. By that point, we all still played it together and worked together, but at that point, I was, my brother wasn't playing as many Nintendo games. And then Nintendo became more of the thing I was into.
How does it feel playing it now?
I mean, it feels good. After when you get used to controlling it, it still feels really good.
I'm very curious how your Brawl playthrough is gonna go because whenever I go back to that one, it never feels as satisfying as it did the first day.
Yeah, I'm gonna my plan is to do a run through classic mode and I guess the other modes that are extra, but I'm gonna unlock everyone through subspace. Because there's characters that you can't unlock otherwise unless you do subspace anyway, so I might as well just speed run through subspace.
Not sure how much subspace holds up, but the cinematics definitely do.
Yeah. Gameplay-wise, I'm fine with it. I definitely like how Melee's adventure mode was more Nintendo universes than original stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
that was the key.
And at least with the spirit mode, the stages are all still that, and the overworld map is what's original. Probably still be more cutscenes too, hopefully.
I am just so hyped for spirit mode.
Yeah.
Just because of the concept of fighting against enemies that you otherwise couldn't.
Yeah.
And adding that imagination element to it.
Yeah, I can't wait until there will be a real Metal Mario fight again.
Oh yeah! I completely forgot.
It'll be, yeah. I don't know. I like it. It seemed like it had a lukewarm reception at first. I don't think people that weren't digging spirit mode, I don't think they got it. And I'm saying that because after the Japanese stream where Sakurai showed off spirit mode, or not spirit mode, but yeah, spirit mode, just not the campaign of it.
Yeah.
Not World of Light, but just spirits. Yeah. People were a lot more into it. So I think they just didn't convey what it was properly during the direct itself.
Well, yeah,
and that's why people were upset.
It seemed like it was stickers with stats.
Yeah, and gacha stuff. It was very gacha-like. Which is fair, but I mean, stickers also existed, and gachas in Melee.
I mean, it's still there, and it's still kind of eh.
Yeah.
But the element of them being represented by characters and having unique fights, I mean, that just puts it over the edge for me.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to training them and feeding them and stuff, which I know I'm inevitably going to do.
Oh, it looked really fast, though, to do that and upgrade them. The upgrading part was so funny. Where he upgraded Naked Steak into Big Boss.
Oh, God.
and see, all of that. How many more of those could there possibly be? It'll be great.
I'm probably going to just farm the ones that I recognize from games that I play, and eventually gonna end up catching some weird Fire Emblem thing that I don't understand, but I'm gonna have to use it because it's so good or something like that. That's how I see it going.
Game Explain put a video up showing 10 obscure ones that they could find there, and it's actually a good video. I recommend watching to see what obscure ones are there. I recognized 1 1/4 of the characters they showed out of the 10 that were there. That's how obscure they were.
God damn it.
They went deep, and they've certainly... People have already tallied it up that from the footage, we've seen 400 stickers. 400 spirits. Oh, it's
they really... Oh, you put a lot of time into this. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they didn't have to do all that 3D modeling.
Yeah, really. See, that's why I like it, because I know trophies are gone, but this is a more gameplay...
This is kind of better.
This is integrated into the gameplay more than trophies is. It fulfills a better purpose, especially if there's still descriptions and stuff for everything. And still history to learn from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
never quite understood the... What is it called? Returns on ratio... on trophies? Because it's so much modeling and attention to detail for something that someone's going to look at for like 2 seconds, and most people aren't going to look at it at all.
Yeah.
That whole division.
Yeah, I just like spirits and their integration.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
I'm a fan. I feel like I'm inevitably just going to collect Pokemon.
And however many there possibly could be.
I'm assuming there are a lot, because why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, really. No, yeah, there definitely will be. Do you think that disqualifies anyone from being a newcomer if they have a spirit?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
They've shown characters that are also spirits.
Yeah, there's way too many for it to discount them. Like,
I know I'm a piece of shit, but since Shovel Knight got in, I really want an Undertale spirit.
No, that'd be awesome.
I want Sans as Ness.
Oh no! That's good. That'll be a hidden super boss spirit.
I don't know what else they would do.
You're right. What else would they do? That'd be it.
I mean, like the main character's boring, and like the other characters aren't like, you know, presented as dangerous fighting things. I mean, you can have Papyrus, but
you can have an invisible flower.
Okay, I guess so.
Could.
You can do Flowey.
I wouldn't like it. Yeah, I wouldn't like it as much, but you could.
Be kind of a dick move. I don't know, to do like a Flowey fight that turns into a really hard fight.
One that closes the game and shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because they can do pretty much anything, and now indies are on the table, which is very exciting.
Sakurai's talked about Undertale as well.
And it's on the Switch now.
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest time, I wanted Shovel Knight as a fighter, but I think he works great as an assist trophy. That completely satisfied my quench for Shovel Knight.
I wanted Shantae, but she's a spirit.
Oh.
So, oh well.
Yeah. I think she would have worked better as an assist trophy.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Very iconic now.
Oh, well, there I go.
I also wanted Waluigi, but I mean, you know.
There's always next time.
No, I don't think there is.
No, probably not.
Pretty sure Ultimate's the last Smash.
I mean, for a long time, probably.
I think
'Cause
they're just gonna.
They're intending on
DLC.
They're intending on having the Switch last a very long time.
Yeah, exactly. It'll last as long as the Switch, or even I think the one after the Switch, they'll just port it because I think this is meant to be the one that they just add on characters to forever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Sakurai has said he'll keep working on it though. So it's hard to say because that changes. It was last time it was. At every other title, it was, this will be the last Smash game, probably.
No, yeah, that's right.
And now it's, I'll keep working on it, fuck it. No retirement.
I mean, he also said I wouldn't want to make a new Smash game just to keep adding more characters, and that's just what they're doing.
Yeah. Or like, you know, disdain for third parties at first, but it's still, it's really branching out to representing Nintendo as a whole, except Cloud. Cloud's just cool.
Cloud's just video games.
Yeah.
At that point, they're just going, all right, this is video games, the video game, so here you go.
If you're gonna, like, celebrate Nintendo, of course it's gonna be, if it's meant to be a celebration of Nintendo, it'll be mostly Nintendo characters, but Simon is still a huge part of Nintendo, and Sonic has a rivalry.
At this point, I feel like Banjo-Kazooie is more a Nintendo character than anything, or a representation of them.
I could see Banjo happening still, yeah.
Me too, but, I mean, I don't know. The demand's out there for the hardcore fans, but if Nintendo chose it, what do you think?
I'd still think he's likely, but
Really?
we're really gonna have to see, like, who Nintendo starts picking. I hope they announce it all at once.
I don't think so.
That's what's turning into. That's turning into a trend with these fighting game announcements, actually, with season passes, because people are they did it one at a time. They showed silhouettes of characters, and it's like, you know, for half a year, communities guessing who the characters are, but at the same time, you don't know what you're buying in your season pass.
I don't care.
The idea now is you should know what you're buying in your season pass. So most fighting games announce all their characters at once now.
All right, that's fair. I kind of hope they don't do that though, because the speculation is the fun part.
Oh, I recorded a whole video, or I talked about the Grinch leak all during the 64 stream.
Oh.
And I took that and made it a YouTube video that's going up on Monday.
But
fun. I talked about the whole everything that we know. And it's like 30 minutes. Oh my god.
It's gonna be a watch.
I love that leak. It's amazing.
Why?
Because of the lore behind it and the story. Oh, not the quality itself. I don't think.
Oh, it is fascinating that they needed to go through all those hoops to pull this off.
Yeah,
and they did.
It's crazy how much effort they put into it outside of the mural itself.
The implications of it are very scary now.
Yeah, and we'll never know who made it. Never.
Will we?
We won't.
I think we will.
Because of legal repercussions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought for sure they'd pull an Artsy Omni and be like, it was me, look at my channel.
They can't, because the printing company said that the first printing company that they claim the dude worked at put out a statement saying they're ready for legal actions.
Oh god.
So whoever did it can't say shit.
Trying to oh god.
That's
all that work to fake people out.
It went way too far.
Oh no. Well, I was completely convinced just because of the story behind it. I mean, the leak itself, the rendering itself, I was like, oh, Banjo looks kind of shitty. I really hope that's not real. But all this evidence tells me that it is, so this is totally
that and like how they were posed was really smart. They had a lot. They like really thought out how their poses were integrated into the mural. And
what pissed me off the most is that it got me really excited for Mock Rider. Why would you do that to me?
Mock Rider's awesome. It's an awesome idea.
God, I didn't even know I wanted that, and now I'll never have it.
It's such a good idea.
That's
I believe that was a cut idea from Melee as well, Mock Rider.
something like that. I remember watching an old video about Sakurai buying a special gun so that because he was working on a character.
Yeah. He talked about it in that Famitsu thing. But like, who was that for now? It's like a two-handed SMG where you like one hand on the trigger and one's like holding the ammo coming out of the side, the magazine coming out of the side.
Oh, that's totally Shadow.
Oh no, you're right. He does do that. That is what Shadow does. Oh man, that is what Shadow does.
If they're bringing Shadow in, they better bring his SMG that you can.
But Shadow's an assist trophy.
Oh, that's right. Oh well. That doesn't. Does that deconfirm that? Yeah, it does.
In this game, yeah.
It totally does. Whatever.
Why does Roy have to be on this stage? Okay, good. So I don't know who else would have that unless like a boss or something had it.
Maybe.
And I'm really excited to see what the bosses will be.
That or he just scrapped it.
Maybe.
Like, oh, yeah. No, in the comments, no joke. Hearing the music from the Spirit Mode announcement made me shed a tear. Me too, actually. As soon as they did the vocals, I was like,
yeah,
I didn't think the song could get better.
We were dead quiet listening to that on stream. That was, I didn't see the lyrics coming at all. It was great.
Yeah, that was.
I get some people don't like it, but I love it.
I have now almost memorized it.
I'll never be able to do that, but.
Oh yeah, no. While I'm working.
At least it's in English.
For, like, on loop. And the Japanese version. It sounds pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. Unlike I didn't like. I mean, I didn't like the Brawl theme to begin with, honestly.
Really?
But yeah, I like
that. I was
that
a big
this one's
fan
in
of the Brawl
English.
theme. I memorized that too, and I don't even know what it means.
It really had to be because I've heard it so many times, and I've heard all of Brawl's music. I hear people praise Brawl's music, but I've heard it so many times.
Yes.
And in so many other people's videos too. It's
and we all used it.
Nauseating to hear.
Now I can't listen to a Brawl thing without a flashback of something from when I was 15.
Yeah, exactly.
It's become that more than it is about the actual character, its origin, and where it's actually remixed from.
Like, I'm still fine with what is it? Melee music, but Brawl music, I can't. Although sometimes I haven't heard some of them in a while, like Lip's theme. Hearing it again, it sounds really good. Especially because that was a theme not a lot of people used.
I've heard that one too many times too. Yep, all of them are ruined now. I used to have the whole soundtrack on my iPod, and I would just listen to just that. So now it's too much.
Yeah, I get that.
But as much as I love the Brawl theme, I think this has got it beat. I mean, for the longest time, I think the Melee theme was just my favorite, but even now,
now with lyrics, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite, but we have to wait a year to get over the honeymoon phase.
True that.
It's really gonna be that long too.
I did not like the Smash 4 theme.
A lot of people didn't for some reason.
Even as I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, this is just okay. They're doing Smash Brothers. There was nothing special about it. It was okay, but there was nothing special about it.
Got it. Smash 4 had a theme? Oh, hey. Alright, well, point taken, I guess. I was like, where did Fox go? I don't know.
So what is your goal in revisiting these all the entire Smash series?
Yeah, really revisiting, reminiscing, going over them. I feel like I love talking about these games. I just love it. That's why. And this is a really, like, I'm incredibly hyped for Ultimate. Like, I haven't been excited for a game probably since Brawl.
Yeah,
honestly.
Same here. I was gonna say that. For some reason, Smash 4 was like, okay, it's the next one. Okay, I gotta go. I'll probably join you tomorrow night as well.
Alrighty, I'll
But
see you then.
It was nice chatting with you. Good luck in completing Melee.
It was. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.